Good evening, viewers. Tonight's Tuesday topic of the week is going to be electric cars. Now, the governors of Washington State and California, Jay Inslee and Gavin Newsom, have a plan to try to get every single person who lives in these two states to be driving electric vehicles, only electric vehicles, by the year 2035. And Gavin Newsom even started a program in which he spent millions of dollars of, I'm guessing, taxpayer monies to try to see to it that lower income Californians could afford to buy electric cars, which are very expensive, brand new, anywhere from $50,000 to $120,000. And I think even the used electric vehicles are pretty costly as well. So Gavin Newsom has spent all this money to attempt to see to it that lower income people can afford to buy electric cars. I haven't heard of any such plan in Washington State, but Pete Buttigieg has also been quoted as having said, if you can't afford the high cost of gas, then why don't you just go buy yourself an electric car? To which I say, yes, exactly. And if you're homeless, then why don't you just go buy yourself a house? Easy peasy. And so, with that in mind, I have to discuss this article by Car and Driver that tells you what possibly could happen if you spend tens of thousands of dollars on an electric car, and while you're charging it at a filling station for electric vehicles, the car just explodes on you out of nowhere while it's being charged. This article is called Charging Station Goes Boom. Electric Vehicle Won't Work, What Happens Next? And in these three cases outlined in this article, three separate cars all exploded while they were being charged. And according to this article, if that happens, your car very well could end up being completely totaled, as in gone, no more car. And in other cases, it might just end up needing a very costly repair. And so this is what could possibly happen if you drive an electric vehicle and you're charging it at a station. You'll never see anything like this happen with a gas-powered car. Unless maybe somebody lights a cigarette and throws it, I don't know, directly onto some gas or something like that. But I figure most people have enough common sense not to do that. Now, the three vehicles in question were a Ford F-150 Lightning on November 27, 2022, a Chevrolet Bolt electric vehicle on January 22nd, 2023, and a Rivian R1T on January 29th of 2023. It's three cars, three separate explosions. And electric vehicles have circuit breakers too. And the most important thing for electric vehicle owners to know is that every electric vehicle has a high voltage circuit breaker connected to the battery wiring. And in some cases, if your car explodes while it's charging, the boom is probably the sound of these breakers tripping. And this is apparently what happened in the F-150 Lightning case. it was caused by an isolated event while DC fast charging. And the circuit breaker had to be completely replaced in this car. And in the case of the Rivian electric vehicle, apparently the only thing they could say about that was that it was due to an internal electrical anomaly. Some vague phrase, doesn't really tell you all that much, but it took 3 weeks to repair that particular car after this happened. 3 weeks. And the Chevrolet Bolt electric vehicle, well, let's see. This car would not start after January 22nd charging incident at an Electrify America site in Florida, and had to be towed to Miller & Miller Chevrolet Buick GMC in Florida, where they declared that the battery pack had to be replaced. And this was a decision that ultimately lies with the dealership and not the automaker. So, to all of my viewers, I'll just leave you with this question. How would you feel if you had just spent tens of thousands of dollars on an electric car? Or for a used model, I would guess right around $20,000 or so. And while you were in the process of charging your climate change friendly vehicle, it just blew up on you out of nowhere.